Hello there and welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is TVC's Midday News. I am Fadishola Shotingwa. It was an unusual scene on the floor of the Senate this morning as hoodlums stormed the upper legislative chamber during plenary and seized the mace. The National Assembly correspondent Sumner Sambo, who witnessed the incident, joins me now via phone for more details. Sumner Sambo, thank you for joining me. If you can hear me, a surreal development elsewhere but Nigeria. Can you tell us how this brazen unconstitutional act was carried out?
Thank you, Fadishola. What happened is that the Senate Plenary had begun and the Deputy Senate President, who's presiding, had already made introductions, and earlier on there was a slight switch of the electricity, and which brought some smoke. So he assured senators that they shouldn't worry, that everywhere was calm. But not quite long after that, we saw some about 5 guys accompanying the suspended senator representing Delta Central Senatorial District, Senator Ovie Omo-Agege, forcing their way into the chamber. Now, normally because he had been suspended from plenary and Senate activities, he was not supposed to have been allowed. But they were able to find their way and push him into the Senate plenary. So immediately he got in there, he just went in straight and sat on his seat. And while that was ongoing, the sergeant at arms were busy trying to tell the aides or hoodlums, as we may call them now, that came with him to go out of the chamber while the Senate sorts out that issue. But while that was ongoing, one of them just hit a sergeant at arms and gave her some blows, and immediately she collapsed, while one of them immediately ran straight to where the mace is, and he picked the mace, and another person stood by the Senator Ovie Omo-Agege, and before you know, the whole house was in rowdy session. And while that was ongoing, the guy who took the mace made his way out, and he was accompanied by 2 other gentlemen who now forced their way out. And in the process of the sergeant at arms dragging the mace with him, the sergeant at arms was overpowered, and that's how about 3 to 4 of them got out of the National Assembly. The police were called upon. Despite a cordon put on by the sergeant at arms, they still made their way. And right now, the National Assembly is in total lockdown because the security there wants to search all cars to ensure that the mace doesn't leave the compound. But unverified sources told us that they had jumped the fence with the mace.
Sumner, now the National Assembly, as you say, is a complete lockdown, but with the mace seized by hoodlums, who knows when it will be returned, and does that mean the upper house will not be able to sit until further notice?
Yes, the mace is the symbol of authority. That is the power that's given to the Senate to sit. Without that mace, it means whatever is done is informal, and it's not recognized both by the Constitution and both by the Legislative Powers and Privileges Act. So until that mace is found and it's taken back to plenary, we may not have the Senate in session for a long period of time. This is the second precedent that is happening. And remember, during the time of late Senate President Chuba Okadigbo, we had this sort of instance where the mace was taken, and it was taken to his hometown, Oyi. And so at this point in time right now, what the National Assembly security has done is to ask for more police reinforcement. And at the moment, tons of policemen are, getting into the National Assembly, ensuring that no car goes in, and that every car that's already inside is totally searched. And of course, they are trying to work on the CCTV to see the persons that were involved in this act. But I can speak to you clearly that we have all the visuals of everything that happened, and very soon, in a short time, our viewers will have the opportunity of watching how the entire drama happened, courtesy of TVC News.
Sumner Sambo, National Assembly correspondent, will get back to you as we get more developments at the National Assembly. Thank you for joining me this hour.